Hi, guys. Please know that I'm thinking about you. And I just realized, or I've been thinking about for quite some time now, how so much of our thought process goes to strategies of how can I get through a serious illness. And we're always turning to, okay, I should do this, I should try that. And we almost get to a point where we're like obsessed with them, jumping from one thing to the next thing to the next thing um, for them to like finally build and create health or get us back to just a better place in general. But I realized one thing when I was healing, that the more pressure I was putting on myself to almost have that little goal of my strategy, or what should I do next to help calm my anxiety, or just it came from more of a place of what can I do? Everything was like, what about doing something? And that really brought me back to the human doing versus the human being. And I thought that it was so important to me also to include acceptance. Like I would look out the window or see somebody drive by in their car or see a neighbor, having their life and what that means, going to work or going grocery shopping or being with their family or whatever it was. And I was sitting on the couch or lying in a bed and looking out the window and looking at the same view and looking at the trees or seeing a bird, or my focus was to try to appreciate that scenery in a different way. How to accept is the word, that I was in this place versus that place where others are or where I used to be. And I think about that often because I have, struggled since I've healed from this with, various illnesses that might pop up, and where I can't go back outside for a limited amount of time, or with whatever little illness I have. And I found myself at times, revisiting the place that I was in because it triggered some old memories of not being able to do what I used to do. And I found that I looked at that because I acknowledged it, but I also said, this isn't that. Like I brought my mind back to more of the now time and, the present moment of time versus looking in the past. Even though it was triggered, I could definitely acknowledge that, because when we go back out into the world and we may have a symptom that comes in, or we, wind up having a different type of illness, we can get triggered to go back to that time because it was traumatic for us. And that's what I feel like, PTSD and trauma, if we're triggered, we can go back to the place of this trauma or that we have PTSD regarding something. But it's almost like remembering that was the past and we are now in this place. And they're not the same, even though we're triggered. We have to remember and acknowledge that to ourselves, because if we don't, it will be very easy for us to be stuck and resort back in time and linger in that place if we're not careful too long. And this is part of the work that we are doing through this illness, this process of healing. And there's a lot of looking at so many different things that are important, but it's looking, but not getting stuck in the past for very long, because we have to remember that the past is over. We can't change anything about it. We can only learn from it. And I found, even recently when I was going through some type of illness, that I looked at what happened because I couldn't go out. I couldn't go out. I had to stay in. And it's nothing about AFS. It's just a virus or whatever, I'm going through. But I couldn't go out. I had to rest. I had to take care of myself. And I just watched what my mind was doing. And I realized that, saying this isn't that, I accept right where I'm at right now. And I think that was valuable again for me, even when I had my serious illness. The acceptance piece, I think, is huge, because I think when we accept, we're not fighting with anything. We're not fighting to achieve anything so great in the moment. We're just allowing our spirit, our soul, our beingness to just kind of be just in the beingness of these moments right now, or this moment, if you really want to break it down. And also to not focus on time, because I always see that time comes in like, oh, I've been sick for 3 days, or I haven't been able to go out in 4 days, or, when we put so much emphasis on time, it makes things very big. And I even watched that with myself with this virus, watching time. And I was like, no, just go back to the present time, accept that you are in this space. And, what really can I learn from this? What is it telling me? What is my body saying? Because even once we're well, I noticed that too. Even once I was feeling much better with AFS, a symptom would come up and it would trigger fear. It would trigger like, oh my God, it's coming back, or is it coming back? Like, when you're so ill and it has such a variety of symptoms, and you feel any type of symptom, once you're feeling better, you think, oh my God, it could be coming back. So that's part of the healing too, is watching all of that, because I experienced that, a lot too when I was healing. Like, I was feeling better and then a symptom would creep in and I'd be like, oh, it's coming back. And to not get into that headspace of fear and start to add on to that and make it really big in your mind. I think that's just gigantic. And like this illness that I've just recently had, it was showing me all this stuff all over again. And that is life. Things will come up in life. Many things will come up in life that we don't expect, don't want, feel we don't know if we're going to be able to get through them, feel that the illness will come back. Like, there's all these different things that will creep up in our minds, and we are learning or relearning how to cope with all of these things that life holds for us. And this is what life is. And we can't fight against them. We have to work with them and have them be our teachers to enable us to be stronger with whatever happens in our lives. And I think what I'm really trying to say is, please try to accept where you are right now in this moment of time. Because this platform, this YouTube channel, was meant to share and acknowledge each other in this journey of healing from this illness. We need each other. We need acknowledgement. We need someone to say, I get you. I understand exactly where you are. This is healing to me. When you can go to someone and say, I feel like this, and not feel alone. And that's why it's so important for me to acknowledge all of you, that you are the strong ones. You are the courageous ones, because you are getting up after you have been knocked down and brought to your knees, and you are working on standing again and putting one foot in front of the other to get to the next step. That's us. That's us. That's who we are in our souls. Our will is so powerful and so strong. And what we are going through, or what we have been through in our lives, teaches us that we are the ones that are inspirational, because we did it. We made it. We made it. So I want you to please acknowledge yourself, love yourself, accept this moment just as it is. Give yourself some room to breathe. Nothing is a straight line. Progress isn't a straight line. It's you fall off, you get back up. It's how it is. And you're doing it. But please know that this is what it's like. This is what a hero does. This is you. You all are my heroes. You are my champions. Please get that in yourself, because this is powerful. You will inspire people. You inspire me. I love you guys. I know you can do this. And let's just keep going, okay? Keep it going. All right? If you could please like and subscribe to my channel. My goal is just to help people. And if you could give it a thumbs up, that would be wonderful. And thank you again for watching. I greatly appreciate it. Please take care. Bye-bye.